I'm divorcing you. You jobless, good for nothing.
Where did the kind Ken, with his charming crinkly smile, disappear to after our marriage? He was transferred for a promotion. It's a nationwide bank, so we didn't know if and when he'll come back. That's why he asked me to come along, so I quit the job I had held for years. But honestly, there's no point in staying with someone like him. So I replied to his sudden mockery, fine by me. Finally able to divorce, I bought a lottery ticket out of a sense of good fortune for the future, and to my surprise, I won a big jackpot. I've come to claim my $12 million. Holding the $12 million, I was about to reclaim a happy life, when suddenly, Ken got wind of it. Still, I already knew what he was up to. I can't forgive his intention to just take the money for himself and live life on his terms. I'm tired of him mocking others all the time, so I've decided to fight back here. I'm Emily Murphy, a 35-year-old housewife. I used to work for the city hall for about 10 years after graduating from high school. I thought I would retire from there without much happening in my life, but everything changed when I met him. I met my husband, Ken, at a restaurant near the city hall. It's a pretty big restaurant with a diverse menu, so it's popular for meals after meetings or big tasks. That day, after finishing chairing a meeting, I went to treat myself to a nice lunch alone.
What's recommended here?
There was a man puzzled over the menu placed outside the restaurant. Indeed, with its extensive menu and colorful signs inside, many people were pondering what to order. While he was tracing the signs reading "Number 1 favorite. Recommended. Manager's top pick," with his finger, I found him curiously intriguing. Normally I would just pass by, but on a whim, I spoke to him. If you're eating here, I recommend the bolognese pasta. It's delicious.
Bolognese pasta. Is it on the menu?
Yes, it's rich with beef and tomato sauce, really tasty.
Then I'll have that.
His crinkly smile was so charming, I couldn't help but stare. At first, I thought he looked like a competent businessman, but his smile had a youthful innocence.
Hey, that's drop.
Oh, this? I got into it because of my sister, even went to a concert recently.
That concert? I went there too. It was amazing, wasn't it?
Finding out we liked the same artist sparked an instant connection, and unexpectedly, we ended up eating together. It was my usual spot and lunchtime, and above all, it was just fun talking to him. I felt so fulfilled that our lunch break conversation wasn't enough. It seemed Ken felt the same, and he approached me as we were leaving.
If you don't mind, I was hoping we could meet up again. Could we exchange contact information?
Life as usual took an unexpected turn. Is this kind of dramatic encounter even real? Despite my doubts, we exchanged numbers. I too wanted to talk more, especially since we had such a great time together. After that, we started going out for meals and attending events together, spending more and more time with each other. Naturally drawn to each other, we started dating and eventually got married. We married when I was 33 and Ken was 34. I was cherishing the happiness of being with him, but life doesn't always go smoothly.
Emily, I need to talk.
Ken came home looking troubled. What's with that look? Come on, let's eat.
I've been transferred. I had to tell you as soon as possible.
I was stunned and couldn't comprehend immediately. Transferred? What do you mean?
They said I should see the world because of my promotion, and it was not up for discussion.
Though surprised, I half accepted it as inevitable. After all, Ken is a banker, and it's known that his bank has many branches around here, so transfers are expected. While I was prepared for a possible transfer, it was Ken's words and expression that concerned me. Would a normal transfer make him look so down? Wait a minute. What do you mean by I see the world? Is there something hard to say?
Actually, the transfer is to New York. They told me to train at our branch there.
What? All of a sudden. I knew as a banker you might be transferred, but New York of all places. We lived in a provincial city, so New York was quite far. We had discussed before marriage what we would do if he were transferred, and I had said he should go alone if it happened. However, Ken was now asking for something that went against our agreement.
Please, Emily. I want you to come with me.
Wait a minute. I have a job too.
I fully understand it's difficult. I just can't stand being apart from you, Emily.
So, you want me to quit my job and follow you to New York? And with the transfer, you might be back here at this branch in a few years. How about going to New York alone until then? Ken replied hesitantly.
I thought about that too. But our bank has branches all over the country, so there's no guarantee I'll be transferred back to this area.
That's so sudden.
Plus, transferring to New York means I'm on the track for promotion. That way, I can make things easier for you, Emily.
Then, Ken begged me.
I know it's a lot to ask you to quit your job suddenly, but I really don't want to go alone. I'm determined to work hard since I'm on the promotion track. Please come with me.
Being asked like this, I couldn't say no. Honestly, if Ken went to the transfer location alone, I don't know what our life would be like. Moreover, we've been talking about wanting kids as soon as possible, so living separately at this point isn't realistic. All right. I'll go with you, Ken, but you better work hard.
Thank you. I will give it my all. I'll become a branch manager in the future and make life easy for you, Emily.
I wish I could tell my past self not to follow him on the transfer. Ken in New York seemed like a changed person. Perhaps you could say he became a workaholic, but above all, his smile disappeared. Welcome back. Ready to eat?
What? How can I eat when I'm this tired?
He went to the bedroom with a face as if his expression had vanished, looking ready to collapse. Mornings are early, and we haven't even managed to exchange greetings lately. Ken, you look pale, are you okay? I haven't seen his crinkly smile in a long while. We hardly ever eat together anymore, and he always comes home past midnight. He was supposed to have weekends off, but he's rarely at home. Even when he does come home, he stays in the bedroom all the time. It's almost like living alone. I wonder if there was any point in quitting my job to follow him. I should have insisted on him going alone. But no matter how much I regret it, it's too late. I need to find something to do for myself. It's a waste just to pass the days aimlessly. Then one day, I saw a flyer in the mail and had an idea. If I'm going to be home all the time, I might as well start working, so I applied to a nearby cafe that was hiring. They were desperately short-staffed and hired me right away. Everything was new and refreshing for me, who had only done office work before. And above all, I was happy to see the smiles of the customers directly. The cafe where I work is famous for its latte art, and people come from all around to see the owner's creations. I thought how fun it would be if I could make such beautiful latte art myself. Coming to New York and starting to work at this cafe, I found new joy. I was spending fulfilling days learning latte art from the manager during my free time. Gradually, I began to dream about making a career out of latte art. Around that time, I started to vaguely think about starting my own business. Owning my own shop and spreading the joy of latte art seemed like a lot of fun. I used these fantasies to escape from the daily misunderstandings with Ken. Eventually, this escapism transformed into a solid goal, and I began to research how to start my own shop more earnestly. That's not all. Why not try my luck? I also started buying lottery tickets as a charm. Working at the cafe was enjoyable, and I was earning my own money, which felt like killing two birds with one stone. However, Ken didn't seem to approve. There was a time during one of my days off, while I was practicing latte art, that Ken approached me in a grumpy mood.
Hey, what's up with you lately?
What do you mean? Did something weird happen?
No, You're just playing around, and the housework is being neglected. There are dusty spots and no meals prepared.
Of course, I had done everything that needed to be done before going to my part-time job or practicing latte art. I used to prepare breakfast and dinner for Ken. However, as Ken began to come home late at night and often skip dinner, going straight to work in the morning, I recently stopped cooking regularly. Ken, you haven't been eating at home lately.
That's not the issue, is it? What? Are you making excuses, not wanting to do it?
Ken had never spoken to me like this before, but he seemed to have changed after his transfer to New York.
And I don't know if it's the cafe or the latte art, but isn't it embarrassing for the wife of a banker to be running around like this? Also, talking about wanting kids but not cooking properly, you'd fail as a wife, wouldn't you?
In fact, I had been visiting the hospital in between my part-time jobs, and it seems there's nothing wrong with me. Please don't say I'm just playing around. Also, regarding children, there's nothing wrong with me, so the doctors have asked me to bring you next time. Ken, when can you go? Then Ken suddenly shouted and gestured wildly.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's my fault?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just asking when you can come because the doctor asked.
I've told you, I'm busy with work. It's different from just playing around with coffee like you.
I couldn't believe my ears. Where had the Ken who used to smile so warmly disappeared to? Since coming to New York, he seemed like a completely different person.
Ugh, I really feel bad. I'm going to work.
Wait a minute, isn't today your day off? And it's already evening.
I have things left to do. It's none of your business.
He left, but his outfit didn't look like one for work at all. He spritzed some cologne from a bottle he had at hand before heading out. Hey, have you always used cologne, Ken? Ken glared at me briefly at my casual question and then disappeared. With Ken suddenly leaving the house saying he was going to work and getting angry frequently, I was reaching my limit of patience. Honestly, I want to build a good relationship with Ken. Living in an unfamiliar land, he's my only family, and I want us to support and help each other. But I've noticed that the way Ken looks at me has changed significantly. It's time we had a proper talk. To address any issues and fix them if possible. Hey, can we talk for a bit?
Good timing. I have something to talk about too.
Ken was serious about having a discussion, which was unusual. I sat down on the living room chair, facing him. When was the last time we sat across from each other in this living room chair? Lately, it feels like we haven't even been looking each other in the face properly. So, what's this talk about?
Aren't you aware already?
Huh? What do you mean?
You're so clueless. That's why no decent place will hire you.
I could overlook Ken's criticisms about me. But I can't stand him belittling the job I love. Isn't it wrong to mock someone's job, no matter what kind of work you do yourself? I had a lot of resistance moving to a new place following the transfer, but here I discovered latte art, and I dreamed of making it the foundation of my life someday. It felt like Ken carelessly tainted the dream that I was working towards, the dream of eventually opening my own shop and seriously turning latte art into my career. There's no reason to mock the first dream I've found on my own.
Huh? Job? Calling that kind of playtime a job is far more embarrassing. It's barely past playing house. That's not a real job.
Cut it out. What are you trying to say? Then Ken smirked while waving a green piece of paper.
A good-for-nothing who doesn't work gets a divorce.
Saying that, he handed me the divorce papers. Divorce papers?
That's right. You're living off your husband without working. Think about our different positions.
So, that's the kind of person you are.
I'm too busy with work to house a parasite.
Does Ken think I desperately cling to not wanting a divorce? Holding the divorce papers in his hand, Ken stood there grinning at me. He seemed amused that I was staring intently at the divorce papers. Gradually, his tone became more irritated.
You don't want to sign it, do you? Someone like you who's only a high school graduate and hasn't worked properly can't possibly find work outside now.
What should I do with this, huh?
Hurry up already. Your sluggishness is just like a woman who can't work.
He clearly wanted the divorce sooner rather than later. His impatience was palpable. Ken, full of anxiety, started fidgeting in an embarrassing way. The face that was once so dear to me, urging me to hurry while fidgeting, was not the Ken I had loved. Why did I fall for such a person, and why did I come so far to a place where I knew no one? Now it's all water under the bridge. There was only one thing left to do. Faced with the provocative Ken, I cheerfully responded. All right.
Really? Remember, you can't say just kidding later.
I won't do that. You wanted this divorce, that's why you brought these green papers, right? I'm tired of walking on eggshells every day, trying to gauge Ken's mood. I signed the divorce papers with a smile and told Ken. I'll file these divorce papers myself.
Really going to file them? If you do something weird, I'll know.
Stop it. I said I'll do it, so don't worry. After submitting the divorce papers and becoming a free woman, I decided to check my lottery ticket. I went to the usual lottery booth, where the familiar lady was, and handed her the ticket while making small talk. The lady, adeptly scanning the ticket, suddenly vanished with a strange noise. I was startled by her sudden disappearance, thinking she had fallen off the chair. But then, on the small display at the counter, the words "Congratulations" appeared alongside an unbelievable number. 1, 10, 100, $12 million. I was so shocked I was speechless. This was a promising restart. With this amount of money, my dream of owning my own shop felt significantly closer. I headed to the bank where Ken worked to cash in the money. There was no particular reason for choosing that bank. It just happened to be nearby, but I had no idea that visiting this bank would significantly change the situation. Holding a large amount of lottery money, I wanted to exchange it at the bank quickly because keeping it felt risky. As I waited at the bank after checking in, a woman approached me with a smirk.
What brings you to a place like this?
I thought it was a rather rude way for a bank employee to speak. No particular reason really.
You've purposely come all the way here for?
Purposely. What's with you? Just handle this, please.
What's with you? That's my line. Anyway, this is...
The woman looked skeptically at the lottery ticket in my hand. I came to cash it in today.
Cash in? You bought a lottery ticket with your husband's money? Spending luxuriously like that, huh?
The bank was crowded, so only those close by could hear the woman's rude remarks. Everyone passed by without a second thought. It's unbelievable there could be such a rude employee, but I just wanted to get this done quickly. I'm here to claim my $12 million. Her smirk suddenly turned into a stare.
$12 million?
Her loud exclamation surprised me too. Without an apology, she abruptly retreated to a back room. Due to the amount, I was taken to the manager's office. The process to receive the $12 million went smoothly, but I was still bothered by that incredibly rude bank employee. Her demeaning gaze made me feel uncomfortable. When I got home, I immediately opened my computer. The bank where Ken works is a national bank, and each branch has a blog for daily events and promotions. There must be something about that rude woman. As I browsed the blog, I found the name of that rude employee. Once I knew her name, I felt empowered. While researching her, I received a message from Ken asking if we could meet tonight. Honestly, after filing the divorce papers, there was no need to meet him, he was now a stranger. But I decided to meet him. It must be humiliating for someone as prideful as Ken to contact me. His messages were condescending.
You must be feeling lonely, so I thought I'd meet you. I thought you might be having a hard time living alone, so I contacted you.
Unnecessary, really. While boiling inside, I decided to put an end to this and agreed to meet at a cafe. When we met, Ken immediately started.
Hey, shouldn't we give it another go? I've been thinking a lot after that.
Start over?
Yeah. I was too heated and said things I didn't mean.
So, you're meeting up with me to restart our relationship again? Ken stared at me intently and continued.
Yes. We had our misunderstandings. But I believe if we start over here, we can be a great couple.
Watching him getting lost in his own words, I decided it was time to finish this. If you insist, we could consider starting over.
Really? That's my Emily.
Did you think I'd say that? With Ken looking confused, I decided to enlighten him. Unfortunately, I'm glad we divorced. And your desire to start over, it's about the money, isn't it?
What money are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You thought you could use it alone, right? Ken suddenly leaned forward over the table, trying to plead.
No, I never thought I'd use it alone. Besides, $12 million is such a huge sum. If we get our hands on it, our own home won't be just an empty dream. So it's the perfect way to start afresh, right?
I never said anything about $12 million. Realizing his mistake, Ken covered his mouth. But it was too late. He had inadvertently spilled the beans, and no quick cover-up could undo it. As the saying goes, words are the source of disasters, and for Ken, they fit perfectly. You cheated on me during your transfer, made a fuss about getting a divorce because I was in the way, and then when you want money, you propose remarriage? Don't make me laugh.
No, it's not about the money. It's,
Do you even realize what you're doing, what you're saying? Ken squirmed uncomfortably. You heard about this from that woman Kate, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
I know you're dating her, and if we got back together, you could buy her even more gifts, right? Despite the cold season, Ken was sweating profusely.
You can't be serious.
You thought you could fool me with such nonsense? I showed Ken a photo I had in my hand. I thought something was odd when I visited the bank before. A very rude woman approached me. I thought she lacked class, but it turns out she's your girlfriend. The photo I had was of Ken and Kate standing close together. Not merely as colleagues, but more like a couple. It's hard for him to claim they're just workplace acquaintances with that kind of photo. If he was trying to pass that off, he'd better think again. I work at a cafe that turns into a bar at night, and I heard from the owner and some colleagues that you two have been seen there on dates. I thought it couldn't be, but now.
No, that's just.
The owner told me you've been coming there occasionally at night for about 2 years now. Ken was trembling as he held the photo. Was he thinking it would be bad if someone saw that? I just worked part-time because you're coming home, but meanwhile, Ken, you were busy cheating. And then you planned to dump me, the unnecessary wife, to be with the younger and prettier Kate, right? Ken looked down, seemingly at a loss for words. But then, my lottery win changed your mind, didn't it? Especially after hearing it was a substantial amount. He looked at me sharply, as if a sound effect of shock was perfect for the moment. I guess it hit the mark. So you thought if you withdrew the divorce, you could squeeze money out of me as your husband?
That's right. Money is considered marital property, isn't it? We've been living together for years. And if we continue living together, it's definitely shared property.
Wait, are you serious? I sighed upon hearing Ken's words. He thrust the divorce papers at me, and then he talked about reconciling as if it's all normal. Indeed, I have the lottery ticket, and by chance, it was a big win. But, I bought the lottery after filing for divorce, after I had already submitted the divorce papers.
What? What are you trying to say? Make it clear.
That means it's not part of the marital assets. I've already confirmed this with my lawyer. He looked at me with a resentful expression. You must have thought you could just casually start living with me again once you saw my situation improved.
I never said that.
No, but that's actually the case, isn't it? I heard it myself. I operated my smartphone. From it played an audio recording. Amidst a background of noisy voices, the conversation between Ken and Kate could be heard. The recording revealed that once I had secured the $12 million, and after collecting their share, getting a home or starting a business wouldn't be just a dream. The woman's excited voice in the conversation was striking.
Was this when we were talking at the bar? How did you get this?
It seems my phone video was recording, and it accidentally captured your conversation. Ken's face turned pale, then flushed with anxiety. So, you intended to quietly take my $12 million win and enjoy it with your affair partner?
Because it's unfair. How can you not forgive one or two affairs when you've been frivolously spending at the cafe? And then you come into a large sum of money by playing around. You're the one out of line here.
I couldn't understand how my part-time job and Ken's affairs could be equated. But for now, I decided to overlook it. All I want to say is just about that one fact. At this branch, there is one senior colleague of yours who came to our wedding, right? It's a small world indeed.
So what if he is here? It's none of your business.
He wanted to see the video because he's interested in flair bartending. Oh, by the way, that's the video of your conversation earlier. Then, Ken abruptly stood up with such force that his chair made a tremendous noise. Since he got up from the chair so vigorously, the chair fell over to the side with a loud noise.
Hey, don't tell me you showed that video to him.
He said he wanted to see it, so why not show it?
What on earth have you done?
Ken slumped to the ground, holding his head. That makes sense because that colleague is rumored to become the branch manager. Getting caught by him could instantly knock Ken off the promotion track.
All I've built up. And to be caught by him, of all people.
You thought it'd be fine as long as you weren't caught, right? That's not how it works. Eventually, Ken was sidetracked from the path to promotion, and now he seems to be just a teller, busy shredding documents every day. He's now being overtaken by younger colleagues and treated as a troublemaker at the bank. He really brought it upon himself. He chose this path, so he should just accept it. Kate was also called up and told that the only option left was resignation. Kate really didn't want to resign and threw a fit, but with such a public affair, she had no choice but to resign. She eventually did resign. Regardless, Kate turned out to be someone who just couldn't do the job. She was unable to understand instructions, doing sloppy work. Now, she's registered with a temp agency but isn't working. After my divorce with Ken, they apparently blame and hurl insults toward each other. It happened not because of the affair, but because they didn't take care of each other properly. I kept practicing latte art and decided to become independent. I was wondering what to do when going independent, but the owner gave me lots of advice, which really helped. Thanks to the kindness of the owner and my part-time colleagues, I was able to open a new cafe with their support. After high school, I was just working mundanely at the city hall, but following the transfer and discovering latte art was a fortunate thing. Had I stayed at the city hall and Ken transferred alone, I likely would never have encountered latte art. There were anxious nights at first, but with the help of word of mouth and features in magazines, the customer traffic has been steady. I never dreamed I'd own my own shop. Life is so unpredictable. But that's why life is interesting. I'm thrilled to enrich my everyday life doing something I love.